From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Right now in the Afternoon Edition, President Biden talking tech in the Bay Area as reaction to his son's plea deal now grows. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. This afternoon, President Biden plans to address the growing field of artificial intelligence. He's meeting with top AI experts and researchers as the administration looks to get a handle on the rapidly growing industry. The White House says the president will discuss the opportunities and how to manage risks that are associated with artificial intelligence. He will also host campaign events in Marin County and San Francisco.
Happens as Biden's son Hunter plans to plead guilty to charges of breaking tax laws along with a gun charge. Skylar Henry joins us live from the White House with more. Skylar.
Hey, Ryan, good to see you. Well, if Hunter Biden agrees to the terms of this plea deal, then he most likely won't have to serve any prison time. We'll see exactly what happens when he makes that appearance in front of a judge a little later on this week. His attorney put out a statement essentially saying that this agreement means the end of a 5-year investigation into Hunter Biden. But as you can imagine, the line of Republicans criticizing this deal is long, with some of them calling it a slap on the wrist. President Biden's son Hunter has agreed to a plea deal which wraps up a 5-year investigation. Biden will plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and admit to illegally possessing a gun while being a drug user.
What this indicates is that the Department of Justice thought this is where they could get an agreement. This is where they, if they went to trial, could show proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Hunter Biden will have to appear before a judge to enter the plea deal. The prosecutor, who is a holdover from the Trump administration, is expected to recommend probation. The gun charge would be removed after 2 years if Biden completes a diversion program. Hunter Biden's attorney says he believes the agreement will end the government's investigation, but Hunter Biden's name won't go anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think it will quiet the critics, and I think that we will continue to see that the House will hold hearings.
Congressman James Comer, who is leading investigations into Hunter Biden, called it a slap on the wrist. Republicans in the House are investigating Hunter's business dealings in China and Ukraine, as well as investigations into his laptop and election interference. Hunter Biden has been a frequent foil for former President Donald Trump on the 2024 campaign trail.
The illegal censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop from hell. Remember the laptop from hell?
Trump compared today's plea deal to a traffic ticket. Now, the White House issued a statement earlier today saying that the president and first lady love and support their son and will continue to do so as he looks to rebuild his life.
And Skylar, as you just mentioned, the president and first lady have offered a statement of support. Do we expect to see anything more personal from the president, especially as House Republicans continue their investigation?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Ryan. If we see anything more from the president or first lady, from that matter, it would be similar to what we saw in that statement. A lot of support standing by their son, Hunter. The president has time and again made it very clear that the DOJ operates independently from this White House, not even dealing with the investigation into his son Hunter, but many investigations where Republicans have accused President Biden and other top officials of having some sort of influence on the DOJ. And we should also point out that President Biden hasn't publicly commented on the investigation into former President Trump either. Now, as for House Republicans, we've heard them say slaps on the wrist, a sweetheart deal from House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, another term that was used as they've talked about their continued investigation into Hunter Biden and his international business dealings. But they said that today's deal will not have any impact on that investigation as they continue to gather all this evidence.
Okay, Skylar Henry reporting live from the White House. Thank you. Liz?
Bay Area visit and reaction to the Hunter Biden plea deal streaming on CBS News Bay Area and on KPIX.com. Meanwhile, the trial for former President Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents is set for August. The former president is charged with 37 counts related to the case. He also is accused of obstructing the investigation. That August timeline could be pushed back as well. Trump's lawyers are expected to try and get the case dismissed altogether. His legal team could also try to get evidence excluded from the trial.
Okay, switching gears and turning to weather, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Aaron Peck. And what a view of the Golden Gate Bridge behind you.
No
Great
clouds,
day.
no marine layer, nothing. And that's the scene that we've got from our camera that sits on top of Mark Hopkins, looking out over at the Golden Gate Bridge. The marine layer's coming back on Thursday, and it's going to change everything. It's going to get a lot grayer. We might even get some morning mist, and we're going to go through a pretty significant cool down on Thursday after we do a little bit of a warm-up tomorrow. And today the numbers are pretty cool. If you look at the temperature now for the city, it's in the low 60s. And if we go inland to San Jose, which is also looking at beautifully clear skies, haven't made it to 70 yet. Average daytime high for this time of year is like around 80. You're well below that, and so are the inland parts of the bay. If we look at how this will play out today, it gets a little breezy, still a little bit onshore breeze, not nearly as windy as the last few days, and the temperatures are still coming in way below average. Look at all these low to mid 70s over here for the inland valleys. 72 San Jose today, 76 Concord. Those are about 10 degrees below average. Tomorrow gets a little warmer, and then noticeably cooler for Thursday. I'll show you that coming up in the complete First Alert forecast, guys. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Darren. One person has been arrested, another detained after that gun battle along San Francisco's Embarcadero on Father's Day. It all began around 7:45 Sunday night. People in two cars started shooting at each other right in front of Pier 39. They raced down the Embarcadero, still firing until one car stopped at Embarcadero and Howard. Two suspects were shot, 4 others were hurt, including a young girl hit by a speeding car as she walked her bike across the road.
A big rig crash in El Cerrito made for a messy commute on I-80 this morning. The trucks crashed around 1:30 this morning. CHP says there were injuries involved in all of this. Investigators say sugar is now leaking out of one of the big rig's containers. 2 lanes are still blocked at the site.